Hey guys, what's going on? This is RJ Game News USA here, and today we got to talk about Caleb Hammer. Look, this guy has been one of my favorite YouTubers the last couple years. I watched him grow from like 100,000 subs to like 2.5 million. And honestly, I do watch his content less and less. I watched it a lot more last year. And trust me, there's aspects of Caleb Hammer that is just absolutely fucking funny as hell. Like, for instance, it is funny when he rags on the guest here and there, right? I feel like there's been a shift in his content where it's completely not even about helping people anymore, whatsoever. And maybe it never was. But anyway, we're going to deep dive into some of these allegations leveled by Scott Schaefer against Caleb Hammer. And we're going to see if any of these hold up or if they're just stupid or what. But anyway, if you like this kind of content, like and share and sub. Anyway, let's take a listen.
About a year and a half ago, I made a video about the disgusting and inappropriate behavior of YouTuber Caleb Hammer. Among the many things mentioned, the worst by far, were the group text messages of Caleb saying he found a 16-year-old boy hot and wanting to know if he was gay so he could hook up with him. Things got worse from there when Caleb asked for the name of a 17-year-old boy in an Instagram picture of one of the group chats he was in. Once he was told the name of the kid, Caleb commented that he wanted to stick his in a hole of his.
Disgusting.
When the group chat members told Caleb how gross that was, he decided to double down and said he would shove his right down his throat where it belongs. For those who didn't see the last video, none of these are allegations against Caleb Hammer. I reached out to Caleb for comment about these text messages, to which he replied that they were taken very out of context. So Caleb admits to saying all of this. As to what context is appropriate for a grown man to want to hook up with a 16-year-old boy, I'm not really sure, since he never responded.
And he did respond in a live stream recently. He tried to claim that they were all jokes. Guys, look, there's no one on the internet more edgy than me at times. And I gotta say, you just don't make jokes about minors. You just don't do it. Even if you take what he says at face value, which I wouldn't, you just don't do it. I'm not even a cancel culture guy. But this guy's supposed to be like, somewhat right-wing and conservative and Dave Ramsey type. Yet, if you actually watch his shows and you know anything about his lore, he gets very into gooning and he gets very sexual on his show for no reason whenever it's a finance show. It could be I understand there's a little bit of a Jerry Springer-esque attitude to this now, but he is unnecessarily going out of his way to get inappropriate. Okay? Let's see. What else?
In 2025, Caleb started live streaming regularly on his YouTube channel as well as Twitch. This turned out to be a huge mistake for him, since in normal videos, his editors can edit out the worst of what he says, but in live streams, it's all there for everyone to see. The best example of this was over the summer when Caleb's employee, known as Bitch Brandon, that's what Caleb calls his own employee, by the way, Brandon decided to live stream on Twitch, playing games that mostly kids played. Caleb thought this was funny, so he hopped on his official Twitch account and started making jokes about Brandon being attracted to children. First he stated that Brandon's kink is 12-year-olds, and then later stated that Brandon wants 10K to be pegged, but will take 10K to peg a 12-year-old.
Okay. Again, these jokes are not funny. Who's laughing at that? Who's actually laughing at that? Nobody. It's fucking sick. What else?
Caleb's audience requested that he react to a TikToker named Bradley on a Budget, who lives an extremely frugal life to pay off his over $100K in debt from going to culinary school. Bradley, who is openly gay, takes many extreme steps to save money and make money, and one of the ways he makes money is by selling adult content on OnlyFans. Caleb decided to purchase his OnlyFans and make fun of the guy's adult content live on the air to his audience. Bradley made a video responding to Caleb's video, so I'll show you a clip of that.
Again, OnlyFans is paid content that only you should access, and for him to put it on blast in front of a live audience to harass and ridicule someone is kind of, it's in poor taste. I'm not going to say it's as bad as the other allegations, but you know, I know for a fact, like let's say I'm a YouTube member of somebody, right? I'm not going to play their member content in a video because that's breaking paywall. Now, as far as the emotions that this guy feels for his OnlyFans getting exposed, I could care less. You put it on the internet, buddy. Anyway, what else?
In this next section, we're going to go over a number of members-only videos that Caleb has since deleted to hide some of his horrible and possibly illegal actions. Now, unlike Caleb, who isn't very bright, I know that I can't actually show video or audio of these clips since they have always been paywalled content, but I can describe what is in them. And I have saved copies of the video as evidence if Caleb does ever decide to sue me. There are also websites like Caleb Scammer, which have cataloged all of Caleb's content, including deleted videos, so Caleb deleting these videos hasn't prevented them from being circulated and showing what a terrible person he truly is.
I don't pay for mine. Why are you paying, guy? It's so dumb. Also, there are websites where you can see...
Hold on.
The Creepy Caleb Hammer subreddit has attracted a lot of followers over the past few years. Many people who dislike Caleb, but also a lot of former fans of his. On his main subreddit, you won't find any criticism of him because you immediately get banned if you even give constructive criticism. This has helped the Snark subreddit to grow quickly and has many posts from former guests who despise the way they were treated by Caleb. Several female guests have shown screenshots of their text messages where Caleb used his influence to try and date them, and then if they turn him down, he makes it clear to them they can't talk about him negatively because they signed a waiver. This kind of...
Again, that kind of behavior there is bitch made. You gotta ask a chick out, you ask her out. You get rejected or she makes fun of you. That should not be covered by the NDA. The NDA does not allow you to go creep on women after the show and then suffer no backlash for it. You waving around your little fucking NDA like you're gonna sue people needs to stop. You want to sue anybody? Sue Scott Schaefer. See if you win in court.
Behavior is really gross, but the most disgusting story on the subreddit comes from a former roommate of Caleb back in college. Now, anyone can make up a story on the internet, but when asked for proof that he used to be roommates with Caleb, the poster showed an email for a lease renewal with Caleb Hammer's full name on it. Caleb Hammer's team got the post removed since it showed his middle name, and somehow that's private information, so the Redditor had to re-upload it with that info removed. So I believe that the information provided is accurate, or Caleb's legal team wouldn't have taken the time to get it removed. During an AMA, one person asked him if he ever saw Caleb do any evil shit, to which he replied, "Nothing evil that I've seen, but definitely some unhinged shit." When we interviewed him to move in with us, he told us he likes to diddle dudes. Should have been our first red flag. He was pressed.
Diddle dudes. Now, Caleb Hammer will swear up and down he's straight. Again, I don't care about his sexual orientation, but he ain't straight. Also, diddling. Really? That's the phrase you want to use?
Further, and said that one of the most unhinged things he saw Caleb do was he smeared his own shit in the bathroom when he moved out. When asked for more details, he said, "So here's the long story. I went out of town to visit some family, and he was supposed to take care of my dog. He was moving out like 12 hours before I got back, not due to a fight. He was just moving on. And when I got back, I found my dog laying in her own piss in her kennel, where she had clearly been for at least...
First of all, that pisses me off more than the shit smearing. Or a lot of these allegations, actually. Don't mistreat a dog. Do not mistreat a dog. Leave them in the kennel. Let them piss on themselves. That really, really fucking irks me, man. There is not a fucking thing that would upset me more than that and then him trying to diddle kids.
A couple days. I washed her up, cleaned the kennel, but it still stank throughout the house. So I went upstairs to check his space out, and before I even turned my head to look in the bathroom, I knew exactly what I was going to see, which was his own shit smeared all over the shower. I went down to the leasing office and told them I wasn't cleaning it, and they needed to hire someone ASAP. The cleaning crew told me it was the most disgusting thing they'd ever seen. When I spoke to another of Caleb's roommates in the video I did on him last year, I heard this story as well, so I do believe this is...
Wow. He smeared his own shit in the shower before he left. He's a kind of a weirdo, actually, if you really think about it.
Unhinged stuff on live streams on Twitch and YouTube over the years. But the live stream that I saw yesterday, if you told me that Caleb Hammer was going to admit on a live stream that what I said about him in a video was true in regards to the text messages, so I'll pull up the text messages right here. The text messages that I showed of him wanting to hook up with various different teenage boys, right? This one where he took a screenshot of a 16-year-old and asked another person in the group chat if he was gay because he's hot and he wants to hook up with him, right? And then there was a 17-year-old where people were telling him, Caleb Hammer, he's 17. That's disgusting. You shouldn't try and hook up with 17-year-olds. And Caleb says, I don't care. Caleb says, I would shove that right down his throat where it belongs.
Okay.
If you had told me.
I'm done. Wait a minute. And this is for confirmation. This is Caleb admitting it.
When I make jokes, a bunch of jokes, with other people making a bunch of rage-baiting jokes in a group chat from like a decade ago, and they think that bothers me in the slightest. Like, we don't say in our content, especially in our Hammer Elite membership, the literal most degenerate, fucking crazy jokes, just as crazy as those. It's like, I don't understand these people. They just want to do, creator is bad. I hate creator is bad no matter what. Reddit does not care. No one that works at Reddit doesn't care. It's so weird. I will never understand it. It is the most unemployed behavior. But, again, like a text group chat where everyone's making insane crazy jokes, and then they screenshot just mine. It's just like, oh, Caleb Hammer bad. It's just like, that has to always be the reality.
All right, so there's a lot...
Look, my guy, no one asked you to say this about a minor. It's fucking weird. That's fucking creepy behavior. It's not funny. It's not a joke. And in the context of the conversation of the screenshots, no one else was laughing or thought it was a joke. They thought you were a fucking creep. Just because you're rich and have money now, just because you are a successful entertainer, it's only bringing out the worst in you. So you do deserve your criticism. And the fact that you have Scott Schaefer's name banned in your live stream shows me what a pussy you actually are. You think you're Mr. Big Tough Guy when you're in your studio with your security. But let's be honest. You were probably bullied in high school. And you're just an absolute fucking weirdo that struck gold on YouTube. You're just lucky. Not even that good. Anyway, this is RJ signing out. Have a good one.